Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It's Coach Chris coming at you at, 4:35 p.m. Central Daylight Time, in between the two market sessions here. Had a great day today. I timed my entries and exits pretty well. Was reading the market very, very well, actually, both ES and the NQ. I did great on both markets, despite them trying to pull some shenanigans on us. It still worked out pretty good for me. On the ES channels trades, I had 6 total trades for a total profit of $225, 0 losers. In a second, I'll show you the actual place where I entered, and I tried a little something different, and I got lucky, and it worked out. No losing trades today on the ES channel system, so that was good news. Let me just get rid of this, and then I will go to the screenshot. This is a screenshot of my chart here. You can see here I took 2 entries at, what time was this? Looks to be about 8:30. I took a long trade, and then I took another one when this candle here touched the green, the first green line. So I had 2 contracts on, and I put my stop up here per the mechanical requirements on the blue line. And you can see this is a 5-minute chart. Very quickly, this candle here wicked through and stopped me out of my order. So those were the first 2 contracts. And then later in the day, what is this? Looks like around noon o'clock, somewhere around there. Well, actually, I was starting at 11 o'clock. What had happened was, so we had been down most of the morning. Then we went up and we equalized here and consolidated for an hour or so. And then the market went up, consolidated, and then pushed way up. But the way that this was pushing up, it didn't seem natural. It seemed more like an algo was driving the price up. And I could kind of see this thing was topping off right through this area. So I got in 1 contract here. I got in another contract here. And then I ended up getting in 2 more contracts right up at the green line. Because what I'm going to start doing is, instead of trading just one contract, I'm going to be trading 2 MES contracts per trade. But what I did here is, instead of coming in with all of the orders here, I kind of dollar cost averaged my way in, knowing not knowing, but based on my research, it was highly probable this thing was going to be rounding off in this area. Now, the other reason I didn't come in with all 4 contracts is because obviously you don't know that. So once this candle here turned and started to go down and close, this 5-minute candle, I got in with my last contract, and it pushed down. But what happened was, this particular candle had a huge wick down, and I had a stop order right in the middle of these 2 areas, and I had the other one at this blue line. And so what happened was, it wicked down and took me out of 3 contracts on this push down. And then 2 candles later, it did come down and touched the blue line and got me out. So there you have it. Those were the trades for a total of $220. So this is what the market actually looks like on this ES channels. So you can see here at 7:30 my time, we had this huge news candle. It went from way up here to way down. Where is it? Right there. 27 points on the ES. And then it consolidated, pushed down. This is where I got into my first 1 or 2 contracts down in this region. Came back up. But what I wanted to draw your attention to was, well, first of all, look at this candle, how they push down. They pull it up. But look at the wicks on, let me just get my rectangle tool. This particular candle, come on. clone that. Where did that go? There it is. And on that particular candle. This one just about touched the green line, and this one wicked through the green line. Remember what I said about these levels. These are institutional levels. You can see how often this happens. Let me get this out of the way just to show you. Where if the candle body itself doesn't come down, the wick does. Now, remember, nothing is perfect in trading, and it never will be. I mean, if you want to say, well, it missed a line, Chris, that's fine. Yeah, it did. By what? 2 points. This time it drove through. Look what happens here. Wick through, wick through, wick through. So if the candle body is not touching it, which this one almost did, it's certainly going to wick through. Now, the thing we have to be cautious about, though, is we don't want to consider that an entry. Okay, so look at this. Look at this price action. We come down about halfway into the channel, and a sweep of liquidity. That's what I call those wicks, because that's what they're doing. They're looking for inventory down there. They're trying to get liquidity to rebound. Because, see, we're coming down, right? And they want to get them, you don't sell when the price is low. These institutions want to sell when the price is high. So if they're coming down, what they're doing is they're accumulating inventory. And then when the price cycles back and goes back up, then they'll distribute it. And so what they do along the way, they're probing. That's what these wicks are. They're probing. Is there price acceptance? Are there orders down there that we can suck up? And look at, so they get this one, which now they ran out of steam. So they had to distribute a little bit more, keep distributing, come down, and let's try it again. Big wick down. And what happened here is, obviously, there was a lot of liquidity or stops being popped. So you can see in one instance, boom, it went all the way down here. Still didn't have enough power. They sweep it down. Boom, another sweep of liquidity. And look at what, then they drive it back up and distribute. So very, very interesting. Now, you'll notice that the ES tends to behave much more, I won't call it logically, but if you follow price action, I will say it is much more logical. And obviously, because we're a fraction of the price, I mean, not that $5,800 is a cheap stock or a cheap instrument, but in comparison to what we are on the MNQ, where we're up at 20,500, that's 4 times larger. So you're seeing price movement, but not boom, where you're going to usually get clobbered on one candle. It moves more rationally and a little more sluggish, I guess would be the term to use. So, okay, that's the ES Channels trades for today, which is Thursday, October 10th, 2024. Big news again tomorrow morning, so be very cautious. 7:30. They're going to announce, and then we got Fed speakers through the day. So just be aware of what is going on in the market and react accordingly. Coach Chris out.